I doubt this is gonna surprise you guys, but I like playing retro games, because to me, they ain't retro. Anyway, one of the best options for retro gaming these days is of course the Nintendo Switch. But if you're not that into the limited library of older games and the exorbitant prices that Nintendo charges for games that have been out for 30 years, then I guess all that's left for you to do is grab a PC, load up an emulator, and oh, I guess somebody thought of that. This is the Creoqode Lyra. It's a DIY, that is if you decide, oh, terrible, to build it yourself, or you can actually get it as a pre-built. It's a Raspberry Pi based handheld console, and my expectations for it actually just got a lot higher from initially opening the box. That looks slick. Private internet access has fast multi-gigabit VPN tunnel gateways worldwide. So if you're looking for a VPN, you can learn more about PIA at the link below. Okay, I'm assuming this is the DIY one. Ah, yes, do it yourself. This is pretty cool. So download and play your favorite video games, surf on the internet, watch movies, do it yourself. So it's an ARM Cortex A53 1.2 gigahertz base chip, 1 gig of LPDDR2 RAM, and an 800 by 480 resolution display. That is some not HD resolution, but given that it's only 5 inches, it should still be okay. Wow, this one is a lot less assembled than the other one. Oh boy. We've got an SD card to micro SD adapter. We've got a, ooh, that's cool. Raspberry Pi compute module 3+, just like that. Woo! This looks pretty straightforward. I have to confess, I do not know what this micro SD to what looks like USB spacing on 4 contacts is.
It's exactly that.
Oh. All right, so here's all the parts. I guess first things first, I'm gonna take the protective bubble wrap off of the battery. Oh, was I even supposed to take that off? It looks like it's already attached. Okay then. Look, Ma, I'm building my own game console. Aren't you proud? Oh wow, so the general purpose I/O is all just mapped out to these contact points here? I guess if you just have it assembled on a test bench, maybe? I mean, that's pretty cool. So you've got all that, you know, Raspberry Pi functionality. Here's a bunch of 5-volt and ground that you could theoretically just like wire stuff up to. I don't know, RGB your Lyra maybe?
We should do it.
Oh, I just powered it on. Well then, I'm gonna turn it back off. Since we're back here, that looks like a speaker. Here's the contact pads for our buttons. So this is probably the D-pad, and then this is our ABXY over here. And then back to the other side, there's our micro SD card slot, another button or several, headphone jack. Eee, nice. And then this looks like the display ribbon cable receptacle. It's powered off now, right? Yeah, good. Okay, let's put in the compute module. Well, first I go in at the wrong angle, then I awkwardly pull back out and take another run at it. Nope. Basically like installing a SODIMM memory module. And that's it. That's the whole brain of this thing. Doesn't even need active cooling. Shoulder buttons. Cool. There's one. Oh lordy, did I lose one? Nope, there it is. Stop hovering. I'm gonna figure it out. I hope. There's the back. Probably the battery sticks to these adhesive doodads here.
Before you do that, can we just pause for a second for a little moment here? So this right here is my first problem with this.
Oh wait, I'm putting this in backwards. Well, there's another problem.
Yeah, okay. But that's your problem.
Right.
But if you kind of look here, there's only 4 screw holes. So if you look like, here's the back to a TI-83.
Right, that's a calculator.
Yeah, you can see 6 screws, clips in between them, lots of ribbing for, you know,
reinforcement. Yeah,
lots of stiffness. I strongly think that the whole thing was designed by electrical engineers.
Place screen here. Oh, it must go in this way. All right. No, that's not it. Okay, hold on. I swear to you, I can figure this out. This has to go through. Yes, there we go.
Could I just suggest something?
Reading the instructions? No, I don't want to do that.
I was going to suggest just disconnecting the battery until it's needed.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's not powered on, it should be fine. There we go. All right, so that goes there. That means our battery sits right about here. Wow, that is a very small amount of 3M tape.
Stuff's expensive.
Well,
Do you want to know the price difference between the DIY and the not DIY version?
sure, why don't you hit me with that?
So originally it was $30,
Okay.
but now it's $0.
At the same price, I think I would just get the pre-assembled one, because then at least I can play with it for a bit before I break it. What's that attached to? Oh, screws. We need screws. Wait, why would you screw that in? That doesn't thread into anything. Why are there 4 nuts? Please tell me you know the answers to these questions, Alex. Well, I'm gonna use one of the nuts for this. I see what you mean about the whole design by electrical engineers thing. This is not a great way of attaching a shoulder button. Like, this is gonna come off for sure. It doesn't even have like Loctite for the washer. Like, it's just gonna come loose. Wait, I think I figured out why I have 4 small screws and 2 nuts. Or maybe you're supposed to put one in the middle? Okay, yeah, I think it goes 1 nut on one side and 1 nut on the other side, because that gets the spacing right. One cool thing about this finicky shoulder button installation experience is you can kind of tune how quickly the shoulder buttons rebound. So you can tighten them up more if you're more into buttons that aren't responsive. Clear buttons or black buttons? Clear, obviously. It seems distinctly possible that I'm doing this wrong because the keys don't match. And I definitely got it wrong. That is not enough tape to attach a screen. And with how misaligned they are, I wish they had just gotten me to do it. Matte screen. Now that's nice. This goes on the outside, right?
Yep.
Cool. Okay, the fit and finish is not perfect. Does this thing only have a mono speaker? Oh, I didn't notice that before. That's kind of a bummer. You know what? Ah!
This is like watching me building a PC on it.
There's a little nubbin thing hanging out of them. I don't think that's supposed to be there.
Well, let's look at the other ones first.
Oh, are these for like LEDs or something? Where do these go?
I actually have no clue.
And now it goes in perfectly. Ooh.
Was that? Oh.
Well, if you were hoping that putting the screws in was gonna make it a little bit less flexy, I can put your positive vibes to rest. Is the other one just as bad? Yep. Okay, well, I didn't do it wrong at least. I've got that to help me feel better. Is it supposed to be booting up right now?
It takes a while.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, wow, there it is. We got a command prompt doodad there. It's gone. Oh, lordy, this is...
That is suspiciously slow now. The shoulder button's on the
Did we
outside.
miss that? Oh, man.
Is this a Chinese brand?
No, that says designed in London, manufactured in London as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, surely they're not making the LCD panel in London.
Do you want to guess the price?
I'm gonna say 200 bucks.
Bit more.
300?
250.
250. And that's US dollars?
Yeah.
Ouch. Hey, maybe it's amazing.
Yes. No, probably not.
Okay, so there is a red light here. Is that red for power or red for you don't have enough power?
That's red for power.
Okay. Let's see if it's a little happier if we plug it into power while we boot it. It's a nice USB cable though. Got the little power indicator LED in it. Did I manage to kill it?
I'd be pretty impressed if you did, honestly. There we go. Okay.
Emulation station.
Yay.
Okay. So what, we just charged it for 10 minutes?
It doesn't really, you know, die gracefully when it dies. It just kind of, I feel like that's kind of where we were there.
RetroPie, woo!
Don't go into those menus because this is, you know, a keyboard input. And you can kind of end up in situations pretty easily where you don't have, you know, the buttons required.
All right, so what should we do instead?
Let's put some games on it.
Yay!
So first of all, you want that thingy. We need a little USB drive here. This one right here will do just fine.
Okay.
So you go and plug it into your computer and then you get a folder on it that's called RetroPie.
Cool.
So here we have our wonderful USB drive.
LTTstore.com, I like
Yes.
it. Very nice.
Take it out.
Wait, so we don't actually put any games?
No.
Okay.
Now you take it and you put it in here.
Gorgeous. Wow, how ergonomic.
Yeah. And now you just wait until it stops blinking.
Okay.
Which is pretty good for something like that. But if you know, you have a USB stick such as this one,
Then you're just
yeah,
guessing.
Set a 5-minute timer or something and hope for the best. While we're waiting, have you tried downloading emulated games anytime recently?
No, it's been a while, but I know there was a big hullabaloo where basically all the emulation sites got shut down.
Yeah, it's a really bad time now. We got a bunch of games, but that's just because Jake has a whole collection on his server, of course.
Of all the games that he owns physical copies of.
Still going.
Still going. Wait, what is it actually doing? Okay, it seems to have stopped.
Yeah. So now we can take it out and we put it in here. We can look at what it has been doing that
Oh,
whole
it's
time.
creating like a directory structure.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's not the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I don't really get why you can't just take the SD card and put it in here. I have some PlayStation, I have some SNES games, PS.
Well, Pi 3 can do PSX, eh?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Just so I understand then, now that we've copied the files to the USB drive, we are now plugging it in here and it is copying files to the micro SD card.
Yes.
Now I see why you said this is not the smartest way, because you're right. Why wouldn't we just put the micro SD card in the computer?
Yep, their directions say just do it this way.
Well, that's fine. I'm gonna plug it into power while it does this. I don't want it to die. How long does the battery last?
They say 4 hours. Given that the only instructions that you have are wait until it stops blinking, it occasionally will stop blinking for like a solid second, 2 seconds or so, and you'll think, oh, I can pull it. And then it just keeps on going. Of course, now that I say that, it's not gonna do it, but.
So now what? We fire up.
Play some games.
There's just one more step. You gotta go ahead and reboot the machine. Now we go into PlayStation, Crash Bandicoot, and hey, look at it go. Oh, hey, look at that, it works. Well, might as well stick with mono since we only have one speaker.
I like how it's placed right below your thumb as well, so when you grip it, you're covering up the speaker.
That's pretty good. Get the apples. Get the apples. Gotta get the apples. More apples. Why do we need apples? Oh no! Left or right? Oh, we're going right.
So what do you think of the buttons?
I would not say that the buttons are one of my primary complaints about this device. Not great stabilization or anything like that, but I would say the D-pad is surprisingly not horrendous.
Yeah, the only ones that I really have complaints about are the shoulder buttons.
Oh, I haven't used those yet. Yeah, they're pretty bad. I got 69 apples now. Nice. Does it do N64?
Yes.
But obviously it'd be a terrible experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But here's where it gets interesting. It says you can play multiplayer games. They hook it up to a TV, HDMI in.
Sure.
And now they're playing all together.
They've got arm tattoos, you know, so they're credible.
Based off that footage, you'd think, you know, you just plug it into there.
Yep.
Yeah, so these right here are like the 8-bit 2 controllers. It says right on the back, Raspberry Pi, Bluetooth 2.0 and above.
I feel like there's a punchline here.
Yeah, there's no Bluetooth module.
Oh.
So if you look here, it's a real sneaky one. But if you look, they've got this big tether.
Enhance.
So go in there. What
am I gonna find in here?
Yeah!
Okay, we have a separate problem though. This isn't actually outputting to HDMI.
Yeah, that's another problem. You need to install a whole other thing of RetroPie on here for it to get onto the screen.
I gotta swap my micro SD card when I wanna run the desktop OS.
Yeah.
Okay, that also makes their claim that you can use this as like a desktop computer experience on the go a little misleading. I mean, you can, but you won't.
We have the Raspberry Pi thing set up here, so you can do that. You need to take that SD card out, but you know, it's fine.
Okay. That wasn't me.
That was gravity.
Okay, and I can fire it up now. Firing it up. Hey, there we are.
Yeah, it's working.
Welcome to Raspberry Pi Desktop.
Is that mouse not working?
I think this mouse is not actually plugged into.
That would do it.
I don't know where the hub on the keyboard is. Please tell me it supports like hot plug.
Oh God.
Oh lordy. All right, well let's reboot. It is boot looping. Okay, let's try just a mouse. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Yay.
Click next. Sure. Hello.
It's not plugged in.
All right. So a lot of things that you do on your computer these days are web browser based, which is why you can theoretically get away with a super low powered computer like this.
It doesn't have a wireless card. It says on the Kickstarter that there'll be a Bluetooth and wireless dongle available for purchase later. It's not available now. I don't know if it ever will be, but you know, not all that useful.
Neat. There's nothing else really quite like it, is there?
See, there's this plant right here that's been growing some weird fruit lately.
Pocket Go.
That guy right there is 40 bucks.
But it's not great. I mean, you can tell just looking at, like, the buttons are even worse. What is Bard? What is Commander? Okay, this is not comparable.
How is that not comparable? Look at it. It's so cute.
I was gonna ask, does it have an HDMI output? But I guess it's not really relevant because that one doesn't really either.
Oh, but do you know what it does have?
What does it have?
It's a volume knob.
Okay, but this is lagging on SNES games. Like, you could make the argument that there's room for something a bit more premium and a bit more powerful. It's pretty cute though. I will say that much. Creoqode Lyra then, worth it? If hackability and cool factor is all you're after, there's a decent base here, and aside from the flex issues with the body, I actually think the buttons are not bad. But if all you're after is bang for the buck for spending a little bit of money to play some retro games, something like this makes a ton more sense to me. The CORSAIR ONE PRO i200 gaming PC features a compact and sexy design and liquid cooling to minimize temperatures as well as fan noise. It's got a Core i9-10940X processor, GeForce RTX 2080 Ti graphics, 4 16 gig sticks of DDR4 2666, that's 64 gigs, and a 2 terabyte M.2 NVMe SSD. It also features Corsair's world-class 24/7 support either over the phone or online, and a 2-year warranty. Learn more at the links in the video description. If you're into just checking out weird console stuff, maybe have a look at our video on the Virtual Boy. We got our hands on not one, but 2 of them and tried Virtual Boy multiplayer. Pretty fun little video. Oh no, he's gonna get me. No, he's gonna get me. Oh wow, he's gonna get me. Shoot. I might actually die. I died.